Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Taya and today we're going to be choosing my July TBR from my prompt jar. I watch so many people's TBR jar videos and I'm so excited to be doing my own. Currently on my TBR cart I have a lot of books from a lot of different genres. Some are new and some are from the thrift store. A few books that I would really like to get this month is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, The Housemaid, and basically anything that is Jane Harper. We also have the option of some books that I have on my Kindle, which I will put on the screen now, and if they fit any of the prompts, we may choose them. Alright, let's get started. I haven't actually used this jar in a few months because I've been on a really big reading slump, so I'm very excited to see what I've got in here. If you've got any recommendations for prompts to put in the jar, just leave them in the comments below. This month I'm going to choose 6 books off my TBR cart. I probably won't read all of them, but I like to be able to have a little bit of choice. Let's pick the first prompt. This one seems to be sticking out. Okay. This one says a murder mystery book. Okay, I'm actually quite excited about that one because I feel like I have quite a few. And if I'm not wrong, I feel like The Housemaid might just be a murder mystery. I have reread the blurb and The Housemaid is a murder mystery. I'm also going to look at Exiles by Jane Harper, which is the 3rd installment in the Aaron Falk series that she has. I've read The Dry and Force of Nature and they are some of my top favourite books ever, especially The Dry. So that puts us between The Housemaid by Frida McFadden and Exiles by Jane Harper. I'm really unsure which one to pick because I feel like both of them are going to be very good. I have heard a lot more about The Housemaid. The Housemaid is a very big book talk recommendation, but Jane Harper is a very, very good writer. I love her books. She's just not as famous internationally. But I'm also very excited for another Jane Harper book. She is an Australian author and The Dry is an exceptional book, so I would be very happy to step back into the shoes of Aaron Falk. Because of that, I think I will pick Exiles by Jane Harper. I just can't resist the idea of stepping back into this world. So it seems this book is about a mother vanishing, and after a year in the heart of South Australian wine country, Aaron Falk joins celebrations and then gets brought into the investigation in some way. I'm very excited to read this. So that is our first book on July's TBR. Okay, it's time for our second prompt. A book you think you'll rate 5 stars. All right. There are a few books I think I could rate 5 stars on here. Night Road by Kristen Henner. I've heard a lot of good things about her. I haven't actually read any of her books yet, but there have been so many rave reviews about her writing. So I think that could be a good choice. There obviously is also The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'm very, very excited about this book. I love a good romance and I'm on a very big romance reading kick at the moment, so this could be a very good option. And of course, again, The Housemaid could be a very good option. This is another very big favourite on Book Talk. I think I'll stop with these 3. So we've got The Night Road by Kristen Henner, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lauren Gilmore, and The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Out of these 3, the one I think I will pick, because I think it has the most likely chance that I'm going to rate it a 5 stars, is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, because it is not very often that I will read a romance and not give it at least a 4 or 4.5. So I think it's very high chances that I'm going to love this book. I am a sucker for a romance. So we're going to put that on the TBR pile. Time for the third prompt. A thriller book. I'm not sure if I have a thriller on here. Possibly I Came to Say Goodbye by Carolyn Overington. Okay, so Goodreads says that this is mystery crime fiction, so I'm not sure if that actually fits thriller, so I'm going to put that back. There is also Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. Okay, looking it up on Goodreads, Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh is a thriller, and I think that this is probably the only one on my TBR that is. So I think we will go with this one. I will say that this one will probably come with some trigger warnings. It seems to be about a woman who is believed to have committed suicide, but the main character, or who I assume is going to be the main character, believes it was murder. Now for prompt number 4. A fantasy book. Okay. I have a few fantasy books on here today. I have The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which is a book that my husband got me for Christmas. He would be very, very happy with me if I picked this one. All I know about it so far is that it is about vampires, which is not typically something that I read, but I am intrigued to find out more about it. There is also When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This is also another one my husband got me for Christmas, so he would also be very thrilled if I read this one. I believe Inkblood Sister Scribe may be a fantasy as well. Yes, this is also fantasy. Alright, so these are the 3 books that I have for that prompt, and I think I will actually go with The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I'm very excited at the idea of reading something about vampires. The only thing I've ever read about vampires was actually Twilight, and I think I only managed to read the first 2 books. I don't think I actually made it through all of them. So I'm very excited about this. So it looks like the main character was adopted by the Vampire King, and she is human. And her only chance to become something more than prey is to enter this legendary tournament that is held by the Goddess of Death. In this tournament, it seems like she will be forced to make an alliance with this rival, who I assume is probably going to be a love interest. I love the idea of this. This is definitely going on our TBR. Time for prompt number 5. A book with a number in the title. I don't have any on my physical TBR, but let's check my Kindle. Alright, there's only one book on my Kindle that actually has a number in the title, and it is The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. This is a memoir by the woman who played Emily Gilmore in Gilmore Girls, and I am so excited to read this. This is definitely going on my TBR this month. That was a very easy prompt. We literally only had one book to choose from. So let's move on to prompt 6. A book you're excited for. All right. I might do another pick on my Kindle for this one. A book I'm very, very excited to read right now is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, which is the 3rd in the Friend Zone series. I just finished the Happy Ever After playlist this morning, so I'm very excited to move on to the next book. Okay, so from reading the blurb on Goodreads, it looks like this is yet again another romantic comedy, just my style, I love it. And it involves a dog, of course, most of Abby Jimenez's books involve a dog of some form. It looks like Vanessa Price, the main character, quits her job to pursue traveling the globe, and then she unexpectedly gains millions of followers on YouTube. Her half-sister drops her infant daughter off to her, and she has to look after the child. And the only person who is offering help is a hot lawyer next door, Adrian Copeland, who she barely knows. That sounds pretty promising, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, this is our books for this month. I am so excited to get started on these. I probably won't read all of them, but I hope I can do at least 3 or 4 of them. Again, leave any prompts you think I should add to my jar in the comments below, and then maybe they will be picked out next time. It's time for me to go and get a start on these. Thanks for watching.